welcome to Coach Steve Learning. Today we'll be looking at number lines and how to solve problem using number lines. Now, what are number lines? Number line is basically just a line with numbers. And which numbers do we put on a number line? We have integers, or positive numbers, negative numbers, and zero. So now, with number lines, how do we use number lines and how can we use it to make our calculation easier? I know by the time you're coming to grade 7, the introduction, you might not have been introduced to negative numbers before, but now you're being told there are numbers beyond zero and you're supposed to be adding with them. So how do you deal with that? Okay, so a typical number line will look something like what I have here, okay, which is starting from -3, -2, 1, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, the line continues all the way to infinity and all the other way again to negative infinity. Okay, so now for this next step, what I want us to do, I want us to do these and I want us to learn it practically. Like I want us to do practically. So what I'll ask you to do is find some tiles in your house you can find in a corridor, and all those tiles, just a row of like 8 tiles whereby you can stand. And now then in the link you can find flashcards. You can actually download them and print. Find flashcards with the numbers from -4 all the way to 4, and you can actually cut them out and lay them out on the number line. So you will have your number line looking something of this sort. Now these are the tiles. Now note that my numbers are written on the line, not in the middle. That is very important, because even in the number line above, you can see the number is not for the middle part, rather it's for the line at the points, the markers that are there. Now, how do you want us to do this? Now, when you're on those tiles, you're standing there, and let's say we have some things I want us to do. So let's take the first thing. Now, what I want us to do, the first question, as you can see here, is 2 + 1. Okay, now how do we do that in the number line? Now, the first thing we'll do, we'll start by standing on position 2 in our number line, so that is standing here. So we start standing on position 2 in our number line, and then when we see +1, what you're going to do is move forward 1 step. Okay, so when we move forward 1 step, the arrow is going that way. What is our new position? What is our new position? That should be 3, right? Now, we have our next question whereby we have 1 - 3. Now, how do we go about that? Again, we stand at position number 1. So that will be standing here in your tiles. And then it says -3. How do you go about that? Standing from there, I want us to move to the left side, 3 steps. Okay? Now again, what do you have? We have 1, 2, 3. Okay? And the question is, what is your new position? Having moved from here and you've moved back 3 steps, what is your new position? Again, if you've done that correctly, you should be at -2. Okay? Again, just another one. We have -1, -4. Oh my goodness. Now we're having negative in front of numbers? Yes. In Key Stage 3, those are some of the calculation we'll be seeing. Now, -1 - 4. Again, we go to -1, okay? And then we want to step. We want to take steps to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which position do you find yourself in? If you did that right, probably you went outside of your little indication here. And the next one, probably guessed right, it will be -5. Okay? Because you're at position -1 and you went 4 steps backwards or to the left. Then, when we have this one, now this one is -3 plus 5. Again, we stand at -3, position -3, so that's where you're standing. And remember, when you're taking your steps, step the next line. The next line, okay? So when you take a step, don't take a step in between the space, take a step to the line, okay? So now, from -3, we want to go +5. +5, as we said, it's 5 steps to the right. Now what to do? We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So of course the arrows are going like that. And the question is, where do we end up? If we've done that right, we'll find ourselves at 2. Okay, since we started from -3 and we took the first step from here to here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we find ourselves at 3. Take note, do not count the first step, because when you're standing here, you have not moved any position. You're still in the same place. Okay, so we only count after we have taken the first step, second step, third step, fourth step, fifth step. I hope that's easy to understand. Now, how do we then use this in real life application? Because these are just very few sums that will be given. Then the next kind of sums will be given word problem. And here we have an example. The temperature at 7 a.m. is -2 degrees. Of course, in the morning it's very cold. By noon, the temperature has risen by 8 degrees. What is the temperature at noon? Now, looking at our question, we ask ourselves, what are the positions and what are the steps? Okay? Can you guess which one is the position? Again, this is the position. Now, why is -2 degrees the position? Because this is the temperature at a specific time. Okay? Remember, just like above here, 2, it was a position because it was a specific point in our tile. Okay? Then 1 was the steps we took. Okay? So having seen that, you can also realize that the 8 degrees will become our steps. So again, we're going to draw a number line here. Nice line. Then it has risen. Risen is going up, so means we're going to the right. It's an addition. So we're going to start from here, -2. And then we're going to move 8 steps to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oops, I went beyond. But then at 8 steps, this is where it is. Okay, at 8 steps, this is where it is. So let's see. This is -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and actually so that means our steps will be at 6. Okay, so the temperature at noon was 6 degrees Celsius. Okay, now how do we write this mathematically? We'll simply write it as -2 plus 8 is equals to 6. Does that make sense? So remember, when your teacher tells you to use the number line to work out, you can use that. Now, for your little extra work, now, let's assume at noon the temperature was at 6. Then, by 6 p.m., the temperature dropped by 7 degrees. Question: what is the temperature at 6 p.m.? Write the answer at the comment.